New next.
L-O-T-T-O.
It's Jumbo Bucks Lotto, Georgia's own jackpot game. Hello, everybody. I'm John Crow. Tonight's jackpot is an estimated annuitized $2.1 million. Let's find out if you're a winner. Our first winning number tonight is 31. That's followed by 19. Up next, we have 11. That's followed by 8. Your next number is 22. And your final winning Jumbo Bucks Lotto number is 33. L-O-T-T-O. It's your game, Georgia.
Get earlier warnings with Storm Tracker 2 HD.
Developing tonight, an officer shot and in a hospital. And another man's family is grieving.
Neighbors describe the chaos that ended in gunfire.
Oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. You know, we hate to have something like this happen in our city.
We have live Team 2 coverage from the community just returning to normal and the hospital where doctors are treating that officer.
Live, local, late breaking. This is the Channel 2 Action News Nightbeat. Coverage you can count on.
Good evening, I'm Wendy Corona in for Javita Moore.
I'm Justin Farmer. We have a major developing story tonight. An officer shot and the suspected shooter is dead. Right now, doctors are treating the Union City police officer. Police say someone shot him along High Point Road earlier this evening. Here, a live look now at the area. The GBI is on the scene, but things are slowly getting back to normal. Earlier, some people told us that they couldn't get home.
Now, here's what we know about the suspected shooter. Family identified him as Veltavius Griggs. They gave us this photo. Officers say Griggs died at the scene. And we do have live Team 2 coverage outside of the hospital where doctors are treating the officer. We begin live in South Fulton County with Channel 2's Michael Seiden. Michael, GBI agents spoke to you here within the past 10 minutes.
Justin, we just wrapped up that press conference. Let me get out of the way so you can see the scene. Here's what we know at this hour. We know that this injured officer, he was in a neighborhood nearby following up on a reported fight. At some point, he saw a man running down this street, which is High Point Road, and he called into dispatch saying that that man actually had a gun. That's when backup arrived. They found the officer suffering with multiple gunshot wounds. They also found that suspect who had been shot to death. At this hour, we are told, though, that that officer is recovering at the hospital. Meantime, as you can imagine, a ton of subdivisions down here. A lot of people stunned by what they witnessed earlier this evening. Channel 2 Action News was there Monday evening as dozens of officers descended on a home along High Point Road. This is where investigators say an armed suspect died after shooting and injuring a Union City police officer.
That one subject is declared deceased on scene. Additionally, we have one officer who has been transported to Grady Memorial Hospital with multiple gunshot wounds.
The suspect's mother gave us this photo, identifying her son as 19-year-old Veltavius Griggs. Right now, investigators aren't saying if the injured officer fired those deadly shots. We're also working to find out what happened in the moments leading up to the incident.
Craziness happens every day.
Vernon Young didn't hear the gunshots, but as soon as he heard the sirens, he rushed outside.
Oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. You know, we hate to have something like this happen in our city, you know, and it's tragic.
The deadly shooting investigation lasted for hours. As soon as police responded to this scene, they immediately taped off this portion of High Point Road, leaving dozens of drivers stranded for hours.
I hope it don't be too much longer, though. Like, eventually you gotta let us go home.
And back out here live, again, this has been the scene for more than 4 hours now. In fact, there were dozens of officers who were out here earlier tonight, but right now they are focusing their attention on that house right off High Point Road. That's where they found that officer suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, and they also found that suspect who had been shot to death. Now, we did also learn from GBI in the last 10 minutes, they did recover the suspect's gun. But this investigation just getting started. Agents expected to be out here for hours. If you live in this area, though, you can expect traffic delays, and I know our team will be following those throughout the evening and into the morning. For now, we are live in Union City. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News, Nightbeat.
Michael, thank you for that. Our live Team 2 coverage continues now with Channel 2's Matt Johnson.
He is live at Grady Memorial Hospital in downtown Atlanta. Matt, a very emotional time there tonight.
And everyone here now just waiting for more positive updates about the officer's condition. At last check, he was in surgery and was in good spirits. The GBI within the last half an hour saying that the officer is in stable condition. Now, when the officer arrived here, the suspect's family arrived at around the same time, and tonight they have a lot of questions. An ambulance carrying an injured Union City police officer rushed toward Grady Memorial Hospital with dozens of police officers nearby. We were there as officers from several different police departments helped clear the way for medics. A steady swarm of police officers gathered outside the hospital waiting for updates on his condition. The unidentified officer arrived at Grady at around 7 o'clock at night. The GBI continues to investigate what led to the shooting that police say left a suspect dead.
My child dead. Why and who killed him? That's what I want to know.
Shanchina Griggs says her 19-year-old son, Veltavius Griggs, was the suspect who died. She says her son was a young father who turned his life around after a 2016 arrest in Fulton County for obstruction and theft by receiving.
He done been in trouble before, but he got past that. He started going to the studio, started doing good by me, telling me, Mama, I'm not bad no more.
And that suspect's mother says that her son was the father of a 13-day-old child. She has a lot of questions for police about why her son was killed. Live in downtown Atlanta, Matt Johnson, Channel 2 Action News Nightbeat.
So many families affected with this tonight. Matt, thank you. And tonight, Union City's mayor sent us this statement. He says, I'm praying for the officer and the families of those involved. Anytime there's a loss of life, it is troubling.
Here, the 27th police shooting in Georgia just this year. Here's an interactive map showing you where all of the shootings have happened, including background on the cases. You can find the map linked in our top story right now if you visit WSBTV.com. And we're working to get the updates on the officers for you. We'll bring you those updates to you live during our newscast and also have you covered on any overnight developments. Be sure to watch Channel 2 Action News this morning starting at 4:30.
Protesters told us they expect to show up to the Capitol tomorrow. They have one more day to convince the governor not to sign the controversial abortion bill. The ACLU of Georgia told us they're planning a lawsuit if Governor Brian Kemp signs the bill. They say the bill is unconstitutional and it would not survive a legal challenge.
No woman or man would ever want a politician to make their healthcare decisions for them, and so that's all we're seeking to vindicate here.
There are exceptions to the so-called heartbeat bill that would allow a woman to get an abortion after 6 weeks. That includes if the mother's life is in danger or if the fetus would not survive after birth. In cases of rape or incest, the woman would need a police report to end the pregnancy.
One lane of I-75 in Chattanooga, Tennessee is back open after part of a bridge collapsed today. The video shows the huge slab of concrete hanging earlier this evening. Many of you know this area. It happened at the I-75, I-24 split. Tonight, we've learned that it's going to take weeks before everything right there in Chattanooga is back to normal. Police say timing likely saved a driver's life.
A blue vehicle that would actually have ran into the fallen piece of the bridge.
This huge chunk of concrete just fell from a bridge along I-75, I-24 split in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Monday.
Whew. Scary.
The driver is expected to be all right.
And we are so fortunate. We are so lucky because this road, it carries so much traffic, and we're very fortunate that no one was injured any worse than that.
You see this chunk of concrete hanging from I-24 overpass.
Oh my gosh. Just the concrete just went down?
If you take I-75 north on road trips, maybe you know this area well. You can see the bumper-to-bumper traffic from above. Drivers had to find another way around.
They said the bridge was out. It was broke right in here. And you can't go that way, she said. 24 is blocked.
Crews raced to get the split reopened. They even had troopers and police escort their equipment to help get those repairs finished quickly. We'll follow this story for you overnight and into the morning commute, so be sure to get the latest on the traffic impact on Channel 2 Action News this morning starting at 4:30 a.m. Now, we cannot tell you about that bridge collapse without, well, mentioning ours. Who could forget this? Almost exactly 2 years ago. It was March 30th of 2017. An intense fire resulted in part of I-85 coming down. Firefighters used the foam from Hartsfield-Jackson International in their efforts to put out the flames.
And check out these flames at an apartment complex in Gwinnett County. We got this cell phone video of the fire at the Ashford 6860 apartments in Norcross this afternoon. This is off of Graves Road and the access road near I-85. The fire damaged 18 units. Firefighters told us about one major challenge they faced in putting out that fire. We'll have that live in less than 10 minutes. Now, new developments. 3 people are in jail, including a 15-year-old girl. They're charged in the death of a Henry County teenager. We got the new mugshots here tonight of Christopher Womack and Brendan Norris. They're both charged with murdering 17-year-old Larry Bryant. Officers have not named the girl. They say the shooting happened after an argument along Springwood Valley Road a month ago.
We have new developments. We know 2 people, including an officer, are seriously hurt after a 4-car crash on I-85 in Gwinnett County. You might have been stuck in the backup. As you get a live look at 85 North near Lawrenceville, Swanee Road, all lanes are open once again. From News Chopper 2, you can see the Gwinnett County Police cruiser smashed. Police told us tonight the officer was so badly hurt he couldn't help the other victims. 2 women were hurt, one seriously.
A wife accused of murdering her husband listened to her neighbors describe what they heard the night of the crime. Prosecutors claim Tia Young and her lover, Tim Lee, murdered her husband outside of their home in Gwinnett County in 2017. Neighbors and co-workers took the stand today. Investigators say Young wanted her husband's life insurance policy. One neighbor described someone approached the victim's car after the gunshots.
Like I said, hunched over or did something to the vehicle in the driveway and then ran back.
The lead detective is expected back on the witness stand tomorrow, and this case could head to the jury by Thursday.
Since 6, a coroner's confirmed that Grammy-winning artist Nipsey Hussle died of gunshots to his head and body. Someone shot Hussle outside of his clothing store in Los Angeles yesterday. 2 other people were hurt. Police believe that Nipsey Hussle knew the gunman. Fans left candles and signs outside of the store today. Coast to coast, people are praising Hussle for his philanthropy and work in his community. People in Atlanta's rap community also remembering Nipsey Hussle. T.I., Big Boy, and Ludacris all tweeted about him. They say his loss was bigger than just music.
It was his activism and the message that he carried outside of that really resonated with the people.
LA's police commissioner tweeted that he was set to meet with Hussle just today to work on ways to stop gang violence.
Right now, live pictures from South Fulton County. This is where the GBI is investigating an officer shot. That officer is in the hospital. The suspected shooter is dead. We'll bring you breaking developments as we get them here live.
And a weather disturbance approaching from the west, generating a few showers here in Alabama. By the time that gets to Georgia, we could see a little wintry mix. I'll show you the best locations next.
A firefight without water. Look at flames shooting out of this apartment building. Firefighters say they lost water pressure within minutes of arriving.
We had to get creative.
The quick thinking that got things under control.
Closed captioning sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone. Pound Law, that's all.
Time to get up. Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7. Fred, Linda, Mark, and now Brian Monahan are in the morning. Together, they'll prepare you for the day ahead. With Triple Team Traffic and News Chopper 2, live reports on the important stories, updated throughout your morning. Plus, Brian brings you the most accurate weather forecasts, and he's covered it all. Hurricanes, floods, tornadoes. Join Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7. Coverage you can count on.
You know when you're at Ross and you find, ooh, hello, yellow?
Yes.
That's yes for less. Spring forward with the latest brand name styles at 20 to 60% off department store prices. At Ross, yes for less.
Wait, Xfinity lets me choose from crazy